600 a week was very beneficial for everybody.
True, I would not even know.
But hey, I was getting like $579 a week, but because of them ending the whole federal pandemic unemployment compensation, it pretty much hit everyone else's stuff, including people who get state benefits. Because I know a few people who were getting that $679 a week. I'm still under the pandemic emergency unemployment compensation joint. I was getting $579 a week, but they reduced it so drastically. I'm like, how do they want to expect me to get through every week with this? With this
Right.
amount they reduced so drastically. Yeah,
What's good, bro?
yeah. Plus, we're still under phase 2 until September 11th.
Man, I'm sick and tired of this
Crazy. It's
bullshit.
Trump. We got to get him out of office.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just told Reg. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope everybody turns out this election year
And
compared to the last one.
this nigga getting rid of mailboxes and stuff. Like, come on, Trump. You fucking with my mail now, man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like, what do you get out of that? And then
I need
not
my
only
CD.
that, yeah, because I mean, come on, people got to work. Who
Yeah,
works for the United States Postal Service? I mean, come on. You affecting their lives, the lives of their families. Like,
Like, what's the mail going to do? What? How is the mail a threat?
exactly. I'm telling
exactly.
you, like, if he should lose this election, he's going to do something before he leaves. He's gonna do something else. Ali might try to drop a nuclear bomb on us or something.
Oh
Something
God,
before he leaves, just to spite us, because that's how he is. You see what he's doing already.
he already. There was really something seriously wrong with that man, honestly. Because I was telling
Yeah,
Reg not too long ago that everybody who's on unemployment is supposed to be getting at least I guess they came with the decision with I guess with the lost wages program or whatever
Right.
that everyone's supposed to be getting like $400 a week since they decided to end that whole deal with them with people getting $600 a week. I mean, hey, as long as they come to a decision soon about that, so that everyone can get like $400 a week and all that, by all means, I'm gonna be satisfied. Because I mean, I've been my job had closed back in March, middle of March, so I haven't been working since then.
Right.
Mhm.
Crazy.
but some good news for 2020. Two
Mhm.
people were arrested for Jam Master Jay's murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if it's really them, I'm happy. It's a long time coming. I remember seeing the Netflix documentary about, that whole thing, and they didn't have no answers, and now we got something. So they need to be, fried. Don't just give
Mhm.
them a couple amount of, years in jail. Like, put them in the death chair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Kill the legend.
Yeah.
My question is, why would Jam Master Jay need drug money? Like, I thought he was rich. Like, Run lives out in like Saddle River, New Jersey. He's rich. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure DMC got money. So why was Jay doing that drug ring? I don't understand that.
Mhm.
yeah, because like out of everybody in Run DMC, financially he was the best and shit.
Right. And does his family know? Does his family know anything about it? You
What
know?
do you what do you think
Good
about the
question.
rumor? What do you think about the rumors that 50's drug ties have something to do with it?
What?
I don't know. I know. He discovered 50 in Onyx, so I mean, maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe 50 Cent knows something that the public don't know. You know what I'm saying? What do he know? What do did Run and DMC know anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I've been hearing that for years and stuff like that. You know?
Right. They mentioned in a documentary like that. They mentioned like 50 Cent is somehow involved in it, and what do he know, or what don't he know?
Good point.
What's up, Ronnie? Ronnie said y'all heard that Jill Scott's doing the Mahalia Jackson biopic from Lifetime.
I did not know that.
I just knew about
Yes,
it.
I heard about that. Heard about that.
Lifetime got one black biopic, right? They think they can do everything. Stuff.
It's
I
not
mean,
enough people to
they've
watch
been
it though.
doing this for years. They did it with Aaliyah. I know that movie was awful.
So
Oh Lord.
They did it for Whitney Houston. They
Ugh.
even did it for Tony Braxton. I'll admit that one was good.
I didn't watch none of them.
The Tony Braxton one, Unbreak My Heart, that was a good one.
I didn't watch it.
He also asked, "What's your favorite David Bowie song?" Oh shit.
Let's dance. Let's
Heroes.
boom, boom. Love that.
Damn, that's a hard one. I'm on top of my head. I'm gonna go with Sweet Thing.
Didn't we discuss Ziggy Stardust or something?
We never discussed any
We
any
never
like.
discussed David Bowie? Okay.
No, I know.
We
I
never, I
remember you.
think we talked about it.
I know you fuck with Bowie like that,
Yeah,
but
man.
okay.
Yeah. I think we talked about that like briefly, but we never did it. I like different shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be hip hop.
I feel you.
You know?
Man, I know one of my homeboys. He wanted to talk about the Low album at one point, but he's going through some personal shit. So
Right.
yeah, man. But yeah, Bowie's that dude, man. Fucking
Sure.
legend. I was just I'm telling Ash try. Cardi B was basically saying how a lot of female rappers, conscious wise, are not played in the radio and shit like that.
What do you mean?
Because Cardi B was doing an interview about how female rappers are not getting played on the radio, conscious rappers are not getting played in the radio and
I
shit.
mean, if the female rap, I mean the I want to say like I think it's the reason is because of the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions that Rhapsody and um you know Jean Grey and those people and Shay Nor don't get played. But I mean, who listens to the radio nowadays anyway? I haven't listened to the radio in like 15 years, so
Mm,
you know what I'm saying? Like if they depending on body or even they depending on radio play. I mean, nobody cares for the radio anymore. So
yeah.
True.
and MH, what up? Freezy, what's good? I just feel like it's not a balance. Like back in the day we had a balance. You had your little Kims and your Foxy Browns, and then you can always go over to MC Light and Eve, and we had a balance. Your Rod Diggers, your Bahamadia. I don't think we have a balance, and that's with music in general. I don't think there's a balance especially with hip hop. I don't think there's a balance when it comes to the mainstream and the underground. But when with the females, it's like we have too many of these thought females being thrown out there for little young girls to see that and see those images and think, oh well, that's normal. It's normal for me to dress, half naked and to talk about, sexual things and it's too much of those images being put out there instead of, the Shane Noahs and the Rhapsodies.
I feel you on that.
You know, I mean, me personally, if I had a daughter, she wouldn't be listening to no Cardi. She wouldn't even know who Cardi B is because I wouldn't be playing that around her. I don't play Cardi B now, so I wouldn't play that if I had kids.
Shit. Not niggas are playing their Halloween costumes and stuff.
Huh?
What?
No, I said this boy's playing his Halloween costume.
Yesterday is Aretha Franklin said, yeah, salute to Aretha, a real legend. We lost another one.
Hmm. Oh, yeah. Yesterday was Madonna's birthday.
Whose
Donna
birthday?
Summer? Any- Who you
No,
said?
I said Madonna.
Oh, Madonna. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Another
Oh wow.
legend.
He
I
playing
Hmm.
in the
posted
Super
something about last year. I didn't feel like doing nothing this year. Like posting up, but yeah, that's another legend. Definitely one of my favorites of all time. So our friends may like Cardi. No, she not. If I had a daughter, she wouldn't be listening to no Cardi B and Megan. Like, if her friends want to listen to it, that's their business. Like, I just feel like the parents have to step in more and really like monitor what their kids are listening to nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
and it's unfortunate because a lot of the parents are young and they like the same
Yeah.
shit that their kids listen to. So that's
Yeah.
like how they bond. That's how they bond right now with their kids. But I'll be damned if I listen to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion over Shay Noah and Rhapsody. That's not happening.
Right.
You know, it's bad enough we don't have enough females, and I've been saying this forever. We don't have enough females in hip hop as it
Mhm.
is, but the ones that we do have, a lot of them choose to go the route of showing off. To promote sex to sell records, and I just think that's a problem. And that's why people overlook Shane Noah because she's not showing skin. That's why people overlook Rhapsody because she's not showing skin. And it's just a revolving thing that needs to stop.
Mhm.
I agree. Definitely agree with you on that.
What's your favorite Madonna song? Oh man,
Mm.
Take a bow.
that's a hard one. Favorite Madonna
Yeah, that's
song?
hard.
Uh, Papa Don't Preach. I love that song.
Mm.
That's a great song, and the video too. I like the video.
I got a lot of favorite Madonna songs. I have to say something to remember.
That was good too.
Yeah, man. Like most of my favorite Madonna shit is from '89 up to '98. So I
Right.
was gonna say Take a bow. Shoot. But y'all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely Monday night? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homegirl Ash. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Um,
That's good.
album album we are going to talk about today is Gangstar with their sixth studio album, The Ownerz. This was released in 2003 under Version Records. Um, version under EMI, excuse me. Singles this album is known for are Skills, Right Where You Stand, Nice Girl, Wrong Place, and Same Team, No Games. Of course, both Primo and Guru did a production to it and stuff like that. Then you have the guest appearances Crumb Snatcher, Smiley the Ghetto Kid, Jada Kiss, Boy Big, okay, um, Fat Joe, MOP, Big Suge, Freddie Fox, aka Bumpy Knuckles, NYGs, and Ape Stacks, Snoop Dogg, and Uncle Rio. Yeah, man. Alright, so we pretty much, me and Try talked about Gangstar in the past, but I'm curious, Ash, like, how did you get into Gangstar?
Okay. I know back when I was living in the old house I grew up in, I used to listen to Sirius XM Backspin, and they would play an occasional Gangstar song or two on that station. And I remember hearing Code of the Streets in the movie Freedom Riders, and I also remember hearing Moment of Truth in The Lincoln Lawyer. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I got two of Gangstar's albums. I have Hard to Earn and Moment of Truth in my room.
Shit, I ain't even got that one. You got Moment of Truth? Wow.
Yeah, I got Moment. Well, you don't have Moment of Truth yet, Try?
Nah, I don't got that one. I got
Oh, they still have it in stock. They still have it in stock. I know they have like a double bundle if you get it with Hard to Earn, but I think you got
yeah,
that one, right?
yeah, I got that one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they still have
uh,
Moment of Truth online.
Moment of Truth and what's the Daily Operation and the very first one, No More Mr. Nice Guy, that one. I don't got those.
Uh,
I
Yeah,
don't
they
have.
still have Gangstar stuff online. Yeah,
Okay.
they still have Gangstar stuff online on Amazon because I know Daily Operations is in a bundle deal along with one of their other albums. I
Right.
have to look again, But yeah, they also have this the Ownerz album still in stock as well. So nothing is out of print. So
That's what's up. Yeah, the only Gangstar stuff I'm missing is No More Mr. Nice Guy, the full clip compilation, and of course, one of the best yet, which I'm gonna get that
Yeah,
pretty soon once my money is good. But yeah, man. So pretty much I've talked about Gangstar a lot on this channel and stuff like that. So after the release of Moment of Truth, they dropped the full clip compilation, which I just mentioned. Which, in my opinion, that's like one of my all-time favorite greatest hits packages. In my opinion,
I love that.
because yeah, man, like I like certain greatest hits compilation when they have one disc full of the regular songs, of course, like Mass Appeal, Royalty, and so on and so on. But as what's interesting about this other one was the fact that the second disc is pretty much full of like B sides and soundtrack placements. Like they have, of course, The Question Remains, which was the B side to Suckers Need Bodyguards. They have what else? They have the Militia 2 remix with Dub C and Rakim.
Oh yeah,
Very dope remix. Yep. They got fucking Half and Half, which that was a single from the Blade soundtrack with MOP. So yeah, man, like I need to get my hands on that compilation and shit. So, and I've always seen it in stores, so I can always get it whenever. So, by the time like the late '90s came about, they kind of took like another break. You know, 1999 happened. You know, Guru, he was actually robbed and pistol whipped in '99. Um, Robbed out of a lot of money around that time too, and he had dropped the Jasmine Taz Volume 3 album back in 2000, which I'm just gonna be the first to say it. The first three Jasmine Taz are my favorites, but after the first Jasmine Taz, it got less jazzy and more R. It got slowly to R&B towards next Jasmine Taz, but I'm still gonna recommend the first three because when you did Jasmine Taz 4 1 year later, I was not really feeling that, like the bald head, slick album, whatever you call that shit. Um, and around that time too, of course, he was getting deep into his alcoholism and shit like that. Like, he was going through like a lot of stuff around this time too. And so that's where he started being cool with Solar. Y'all should know who Solar is. Pretty much the guy that ruined Goo, in my opinion, that piece of shit, piece of shit, in my opinion. But I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about him on this specific channel or this specific episode. As for Primo, that he was still making beats for, of course, LOX. He was still working with Jesus Christ. He was still working with MOP, usual
right.
people like that, stuff like that. So they did the soundtrack for 8 Mile with the song The Squeeze. Pretty dope track right there. We need to talk about the 8 Mile soundtrack one day.
Yeah,
Um and fast forward to 2003, that's when this album came about. So yeah, man. And before I really get to this review, they have got to be one of the most impressive hip hop groups because a lot of hip hop groups from like the '90s, I'm gonna be the first to say they did not really carry well into the 2000s, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like Naughty by Nature, when they
Hmm.
dropped when they dropped this fucking album, oh my
Oh,
god,
when did you buy that? I can't believe you bought that. Really?
no,
Icons?
no,
You bought icons?
it was part of the CD lot I got, so
Oh, okay. Yes, 'cause
I mean it just happened to be right here.
we talked about Naughty discography like was it last year before last, and those
Yeah,
two albums from 2000s was terrible.
yeah, man. Anthem Inc. was okay, but it could have been better.
Right.
But the only hip hop groups I can really know that really carried well into 2000s was probably De La Soul. I'm not gonna
The
count
Roots.
Tribe because Tribe originally broke up 98, 99,
The
and stuff
Roots.
like that. Oh well, okay, the Roots. Okay,
Yeah.
who else?
Um.
Wu
Yeah.
Tang.
Gangsta. Nah, not Wu Tang. After like the W, they started to slip.
Yeah, as a group, yeah, but
Yeah.
solo wise, yeah, I see
Solo
what you're
wise.
saying.
Yeah. Well, Ghostface carried them in the 2000s.
Hmm.
You know?
Who else? Like, yeah, like few hip hop groups like
They
really.
like most of De La stuff in the 2000s was slept on. You know, Grind Date and they never even got a chance to release part three of Artificial Intelligence trilogy. But
Yeah, thank
you
Tommy
know,
Boy for that.
yeah, they got slept on and you know, I think in 2000s we had other groups coming out. We had People Under the Stairs, we had Little Brother, you know, Slum Village. So they were like taking over, you know. But Gangstar they still remained intact for the most part for that time.
Right. Yeah, man. And so with this album right here, it's pretty much them redeclaring themselves to the streets, in my opinion, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Because like pretty much like with a lot of like latter gangster albums, like with Moment of Truth and Hard to Earn, they pretty much talking about the state of hip hop and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So this album was no different. This album was really no different from the other albums and stuff. So okay, so let's talk about this album. So the album cover right here, very dope album cover. You know, just has the fucking speakers and the gates and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So this is a pretty chill album cover. You know, Guru of course repping his legendary Kangol. Okay, so it's chilling right here. You got them right here just chilling and stuff.
Do you have the enhanced version? Because mine is like it has the version with like there's like a tour or like a concert and there's like some like interviews and stuff.
Um, man, so I have it the enhanced version,
Um,
but at the same time, I don't know exactly where like I can actually just access like the concert. Is it like a
you gotta
separate
put it
disc?
in your laptop. You can watch it on your laptop. And
Okay,
there's like the Japanese version has like two bonus tracks, but I don't have that version.
yeah, I don't have the
Right.
Japanese either.
Yeah, the Japanese one has like two bonus ones.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. I did not see that on Amazon.
I don't
The
know. I
only
mean,
one they probably have is the enhanced one, I think.
it smells like printing. It smells like a booklet. He said, "Does a booklet smell good?"
Who said that?
It makes it funny.
Oh my god.
It just smells like it's printed.
Shit, but
Oh
Yeah,
god.
I don't ever recall them making like a scratch and sniff. Remember they hit that like the scratch and sniff thing, right? They don't do that with me.
you said scratch and sniff.
Oh god. Mm.
But yeah, yeah, man. So like I said before, like thanks for that note. Try. I'm definitely gonna see
Yeah,
if I can access the
yeah,
other
like all like back in the I want to say like late '90s, early 2000s. Like
Mm.
when the record companies would make like they would make like the enhanced version, and you put it like on if you had Windows on
Yeah.
your laptop, yeah, you could put it in there and you could watch it. This is like before iPads and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Too bad my laptop, the one I'm using now, it
Mhm.
doesn't have a CD-ROM drive, but my old one does.
Right. Yeah, sometimes I forget because I have like a lot of them with the enhanced stuff, and I be forgetting like, oh shit, this stuff on here I didn't even like look at yet.
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, so this album pretty much has 19 tracks. Shoot, you know, a bit longer than usual gangster album, but you know, it's fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of skits here, but we'll talk about
Mhm.
those. So track number one, we got is the intro. Pretty solid intro to sets the whole tone of the album. I think like you have Guru talking about how hip hop is getting crazy for the kids. Like
Right,
they don't have a lot of people to look up to and stuff like that because around this time too, you had like cats like G Unit was making their rise and stuff like that. And you had like people like, of course, Nelly doing their thing.
Hmm.
So just a lot of stuff like that. Just pretty solid intro.
I definitely love the intro and them talking about um the music game, the rap game is changing, and at that time, we had Nelly coming out and he blew up with Country Grammar, and then you had like the South was starting to blow up. Ti was just coming out, and the Yin Yang Twins and all that. So I to their credit, I think like I do feel like hip hop need that the gatekeepers. We need that, especially now, because I feel like if we had those gatekeepers, and there wouldn't be a lot of crap out now that's accepted, and it's unfortunate. Like a lot of other genres, rock music, they don't have no gatekeepers, but I feel like for
Hmm.
hip hop, we need that because our culture is something that we created from nothing, and I feel like now it's too many artists in the game for money. They're not in it for longevity. They're not in it for the right reasons. And back then, it's like this hip hop game saved a lot of people's lives, and that was like my salvation. When I was going through personal like loved ones dying, that was my salvation, and that's why I take this culture so seriously, and to see it become a $1 billion industry, and people are in it for just that bag and they're not in it for nothing else. It's like you know um it's really sad, and we need those gatekeepers in music to make things right. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely agree with the intro with what they were talking about, and keep your eyes and ears open and all that, and definitely speaks to these times now as well. So,
I see what you're saying. I agree definitely.
Yeah, this intro is pretty solid. It does have valid points, especially now in the state of where hip hop is going. Because I never thought in a million years like a lot of this stuff would get so much airplay
yeah,
compared to like some of the true, authentic lyricists.
right,
And it is kind of sad because I think nowadays, like I have nieces and nephews, but I'm pretty sure my nieces have heard this stuff, some of this stuff here that's getting played nowadays. I don't know if they are familiar with true hip hop, but I know my brother and sisters and myself, we've listened to the real hip hop. We were coming up, so yeah, I feel like this intro definitely validates then as well as now.
Exactly, man. And Loki reminds me of the intro to Robin Hood Theory from the Moment of Truth album, where Goo's talking about he was just talking to this cat yes about state of hip hop and just your mental and stuff like that. Loki reminds me of that, so I can
Hmm.
appreciate what it is. Which brings us to track number two, "Put Up or Shut Up" featuring Crumb Snatcher. Yeah, this song right here is like a breath of fresh air in my opinion, man. Like very dope, show. Just talking about how why they're best at the game, why they're keepers of the gate too. I mean, Guru just text the mic like no other. Like I want to like this might be very controversial, but I want to say that this probably is one of his best. This album is probably some of his best lyrical performances in his like discography, in my opinion. And shit, I feel like "Hard to Earn" was his best, but I feel like people sleep on his performance on this album too. And yeah, this song right here is pretty dope. Love this shit. Dope scratches from Primo and stuff, and even Crump Snatcher does his thing too. So 5 out of 5, very solid track.
definitely a great track to start the whole album off, and a nice horn loop by Primo, and nice beat. I love that Latifah sample he used as well on the chorus. Guru saying, "Ain't no way, so come make my day," like Tom Hanks, and I earn long bank and cast you away. Referencing the
Hmm.
Castaway movie from Tom Hanks. Love that Tom Hanks film. Definitely a banger, one of my favorites on the album. A great way to start off the album after the intro. And yeah, I agree with Reg. I definitely feel like Guru. There's a lot of songs on here that he was in his bag on. Definitely underrated lyricist.
Hmm.
Put up or shut up. It was definitely a dope way to kick off the album after the intro. Yeah, I agree with what both y'all are saying. Lyrically, Guru killed it on this track here. And I feel like with me listening to this album numerous times today, I feel like this is one of the hidden gems off this album. And I definitely know there's a lot more to come that we're going to get into in a minute. But overall, this was a very dope song with the use of the Queen Latifah sample in the chorus, and everything just meshed together perfectly in an overall incredible track.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that Queen Latifah sample. Like that was a very unique sample that Primo picked up and shit.
Hmm.
Like with the mic in my hand. Ooh, I think that came from the Wrath of My Madness, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, her first album.
Yeah, classic again, man. Like, shit. So it leads us into like another skit oh Jesus, another skit interlude. Talking about words from the Ghetto Child featuring Smiley the Ghetto Child. Again, another very solid interlude and stuff like that. Just him and Goo talking and Smiley bust a rhyme and shit like that. Pretty solid track right here.
I never heard of the Smiley guy, but he dropped some bars on here. Cock back and ready to fire, hitman for hire, and fuck politicians ain't nothing but liars. It was a nice beat, nice piano loop by Queen. This reminded me of the track on Hard to Earn with Malachi the Nutcracker, and like he
Yeah,
introduced Malachi on that album, and it wasn't dope. It could have been longer. It was more like a little interlude, but it could have been a longer track. But I
Hmm.
thought it was dope.
Yeah, words from the Ghetto Child. I'm not really familiar with whoever Smiley is. I don't know who that even is, to be real. But it was just a pretty straightforward interlude. Really nothing to it. It was alright.
yeah, man. I definitely see what y'all saying about that. Then we're gonna get into Sabotage. Man, another strong track right here. I wish this track was a little bit longer. Um, Pretty much. I think he's pretty much telling a story about some cat named Ronnie and shit like that. Caught up in the drug game and shit. And next, he started feeling himself a bit too much, and a rival crew member just fucking killed him in a
Right.
fucking playground and shit like that. And then the second verse, Guru's pretty much just warning the listener and stuff like that. How pretty much, can't trust shiesty ass niggas. Everyone's fucking greedy at the end of the day and shit like that. Very, very solid try. I wish it was pretty longer, but yeah, we've heard this before, but that's not saying anything bad about it.
Definitely a funky track, really hard drums. The scratches by Cream did his thing on that. Guru saying treachery with deception is best to keep a weapon. When you think that they be brethren, they underhand your plan. So Guru always dropping those gems and always teaching us about look out for those shiesty cats around you in the streets and all that. And definitely a solid track on here. I felt like it could have been a single too, because it just had like that single vibe to it, but it's like it's still gangstar. But I definitely feel like it was a solid track on it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying about that.
Yeah, Sabotage, it was another one of those songs that definitely has a very, very underlying message to it that of course Guru was pretty much talking about what basically y'all were just saying, that pretty much you just gotta watch out for who you're really dealing with, because you never know. Some people be filled with that greed, and next thing you know, like as soon as you turn your back, they end up, pretty much stabbing you in the back,
Right.
pretty much. But yeah, it's another one of those songs that, yeah, I wish this was not only a little bit longer than 2.5 minutes, but it was one of those songs that has the potential to have been a possible single.
Yeah, I definitely see what y'all saying about that shit. Um, yeah, I know this song is pretty much another fan favorite when it comes to the Gangstar fans and shit. So that's what's up. And the beat by Primo was very clean as fuck too.
Yes.
Very dope beat. Track number 5, Right Where You Stand, featuring Jada Kiss. Oh my god,
Great.
Jada. This is probably one of Jada Kiss's best verses I've heard from him. Um, this was like another single. That's another thing about this album too. They picked the right singles too for this
Yes.
album. They
Yep.
picked the right singles, like, and the videos were all dope too.
Yeah.
All of them
Yeah.
were dope. Like I said, Guru definitely did his thing. I'm not gonna deny that, but this was Jada Kiss in his bag, like '03, early 2000s and stuff. I mean, he still got it, but between like '99 to maybe '05, that's like my favorite years from Jada Kiss, in my opinion. Um, this nigga said some shit like, when it comes to beef, he don't want to nothing but cook. As soon as the chrome scope him, right there too in the dome smoking. Like, I probably fucked how he said it, but okay. Funeral homes open, I fall back, smoke and bounce in the dark. Bounce on a print track like I bounce on a NARC. Keep playing y'all niggas will burn. And you know that they say it takes something to happen for niggas to learn. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, his pen game and his rhyme scheme was so dope for his time this year. I love this track.
Fire. Jada killed it. Like I love hearing Jada over like Primo beats and like when they did Recognize on the We Are the Streets album and you know that's the other joint he had on Kiss the Game Goodbye, Ain't None of Y'all Better, fire track. And now you get Jada on a Gangsta album. It was just a perfect match. And he said, they want to know why I invest all my money in the haze and in the dope because right now I'm currently a slave for Interscope. Fire. That's probably that line right there is probably what got him kicked off of Interscope. Because after that he went to the Def Jam or whatever. And the chorus, gun in my waist, knife in my hand. I keep telling you cowards, I'ma leave right where you stand. Fire, fire track, real boom bap. The piano. It's like a real sinister track. The pianos, I love that. My favorite track on here, one of my favorites on here, but definitely a great collab. I would love to hear Jada Kiss do a album with Primo. But I think Primo's production would what I'm saying, like that you would get like the best of Jada on an album like that. You know what I'm saying? Like certain
Yeah,
producers get that out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Jada's a great lyricist. Some say top 5 that are alive, but his discography don't show it. So I think if he did an album with like Alchemist or Primo, somebody like that, you would get like the very best out of him. So definitely a great track.
yeah, man. I was just thinking about the same earlier because
Mm.
Primo gave Jada a lot of heat over the years and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, and so I wouldn't
Killed it.
mind a Primo Jada album. I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
that.
Right where you stand, it was a pretty much to me. It was just a very grimy track that I feel not only Gangstar but Jadakiss really definitely shine on this track too, because it was just like it's another one of those songs that, like I said, it's another one of those hidden gems off this album. But I low key wish this was a single, because could you imagine if all the airplay would have gotten as well as the attention for both of them?
Right.
Yeah, there's a video for it. It was a single, but I think
It
this
was?
one out of this yeah this one out of like the other singles were like the most played. Like people love this one. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah, but overall it was a pretty dope song.
For real, man. Very dope track, man. Shoot. And which leads us into probably my favorite single off this album, Skills. Man, I don't like I said before, like Skills, man, this is a timeless track right here.
Hmm.
I've heard this track a lot when I was younger and stuff, Sometimes like if my sister was watching BT or some shit like that, I'll probably hear it once in a blue and shoot. But yeah, this was a pretty again another solid track. Just them talking about they make music for the streets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is from like hip hop has art form as a heart and shoot. Very very dope track. Guru, he said this one line when he says, "If your man left the joint in the whip, then tell him go get it. We hold it down like the holy crown. Fools acting like they know me, throw me phony pounds. Fuck that. I'm sitting back like an aristocrat." And I'm just like, yeah, man, like this again, very, 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 very dope line and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Very dope line. Just like the fucking imagery alone about him just talking, him just using the joint reference and stuff like that, and then relaying it back to the Holy Crown and stuff. I just fuck with that line. I don't know why, but this has got to be like my favorite single off this whole album. The video again, very dope and shit. Love the video. Very classic shit.
That's another solid track. It has like a bounce to it, like a club bounce, but it's still street and it's still like playable in the clubs. And
Right,
the hi hats was fire. The bass line. Guru says you need at least 12 joules to practice. You're too enthusiastic, male groupie bastard. There's some classic lines from Guru. One of my favorite tracks on here as well, and that just showed the versatility of Gangsta, like especially Prima as a producer. Like he can give you like the real gritty, street joints, and then he can give you like the joints that is playable in the club, and it's still Gangstar. They don't have to like sacrifice their style just to get radio playing. That's what I always liked about them. And you had joints like Mass Appeal, and you had joints like Code of the Streets. You can still, radio. They got radio play for those joints, and there was big hits for them. But they wasn't like club joints. They wasn't doing what everybody else was doing. And to have like a joint like this where you can bump it on the radio, you can bump it at the club, and it's still a gangster joint. That says a lot, for them as a group and for Primo as a producer. So definitely love this track.
yeah, man. Like I kind of compare this track a little bit to Royalty for the Moment of Truth album because I said this like last week where I said how I was reading how a lot of people were kind of taken aback that Casey and JoJo out of all people on a Gangstar album and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But as authentic as the song was, you can still play it on the radio shit too and
Uh,
stuff like
that was when I first like saw the video for that. It was weird to see Casey and JoJo on a Primo track, but he's done it with D'Angelo. You know what I'm saying? So he's done it with Brandy. He's done it with a lot of people. So they sound dope over that beat too. So like they made it work.
True, true. Yeah, I see what you're saying with that.
Yeah, yeah, because I'll admit that song "Royalty" was definitely one of my favorites off of the "Moment of Truth" album. But it did it did surprise me a little bit knowing that Casey and JoJo were on the track, but they did it so perfectly. It was like, dang, they got the right guys to do the chorus for that song.
Definitely.
So that was a smart move on their part. But yeah, Skills is definitely one of my favorite tracks off this album here too. I don't know, it's just something about it that I don't know, it kind of reminded me a little bit of course Royalty as well for a moment of truth. But yeah, when this song originally dropped, it dropped when I was only 9.
Oh wow.
But my first time actually hearing this song was on Sirius X and Backspin because I remember some of their songs like this one getting played a lot as well as Code of the Street, Mass Appeal, stuff like that. But yeah, Skills is definitely a pretty dope song that I still love to this day, and lyrically it was executed perfectly.
Facts. Now. My favorite track off this album, Deadly Habits. Man, this is like my favorite track off this album. First of all, the beat by Primo, man, like that, very very sick beat. Love
Mhm.
that shit. Goo talking about some shit about how people go through like deadly habits and stuff like that, you know. And I feel like this song was definitely something close to him and shit like that because the fact that like y'all know he went through his shit with alcohol and so on and shit. And just the fact that he's trying to warn you to use a deadly habits, like just like his title, it will definitely kill you if you do too much of them and stuff like that. I love the chorus like that. They will never know what I do to get by, and then many times I almost died and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then lines like up in VIP, niggas drink, they be lacing. Got a nigga sweating, pacing, not ready to fall the fuck up. And that's the reason why, even if I go to a party or a club, I'm always with my fucking drink because I don't leave my drink
You never
with
know,
random.
but hmm
I don't leave my drink with random motherfuckers and shit
you,
like that.
you you remember you remember when Tribe did that song, the infamous date rape
Yep.
on Low End Theory about that very same thing. So
Mm.
Yeah, man. Like this definitely is a track. I wish a lot more Gangstar fans would know. I mean, they know it, but compared to other tracks like X Girl to Next Girl, Code of the Streets, and so on, I feel like this kind of gets swept under the rug. So
yeah,
yeah, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite Gangstar tracks. Period.
and it's a dope song with a message. You know, again, like Guru dropping jewels in this on the song, and it kind of like the way that Primo hook up like the horns. It has like a lighthearted like melody to it. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, it's not like a sinister track, but even though what Guru is saying on the track is more serious, but it has like a more lighthearted tone the way that the track is arranged and everything. I thought that was dope. I think and Guru saying because there's enough deadly shit a brother be facing up in VIP niggas drinks they be lacing. You know, just talking about that. You know, when you go to a cookout or a barbecue or a club or whatever, have your drink with you because you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like especially for women, you know what I'm saying? And that's a real thing. So I definitely feel like, it's a standout track on this album and definitely one of my favorites on here.
Yeah, Deadly Habits is another favorite of mine as well, and just the message alone, it definitely resonates with a lot of people. I guess in some instances, such as I guess someone recovering from I don't know a certain drug habit or whatever, or know someone who's recovering from a certain drug habit, and yeah, a lot of them what was talked about on this track, it definitely hits home, even for me, because I even remember like my mom telling me this when I did hit 21 a few years back. But yeah, if I ever went to a certain place like a bar or wherever, I never accept drinks from a guy because ain't no telling if he would have slipped something in it
Right.
or anything like that. So nah, I pay for my own. So yeah, yeah, pretty much. But it's another one of those tracks that definitely I consider a favorite of mine. But I wish this would have been a low key like promotional single. I don't know if it would have had the potential to be a
Right.
single that would have gotten airplay a lot.
True.
Yeah, I can low key see this song being like a promo single too for the album. I can definitely see it. I guess like with the subject matter of addiction and like the year being like '03, not a lot of people during like those years were really trying to give like a lot of positive energy like that. But
Yeah, because at that time, like Little John was like already out and with the Be a Beer shit and the other song to the window, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he was all about getting drunk and having fun. So they wasn't trying to hear that.
Mm,
You know?
right, and
mm-mm.
then the next year you have fucking Jaquan talking about everybody in the club get
Yeah,
So
tipsy.
get this.
exactly. You
Everybody.
know what I mean? Fire beat though, but
Yeah, I'll admit the beat was good, but
yeah,
my God, that
yeah,
song.
that should have kept that for itself. He crazy.
For real though, like, oh my fucking god.
Mm, dang, I was in middle school when that song dropped. Oh my god.
Yo,
Mm.
this also came with that fucking lot.
Oh Lord,
This also came with that fucking lot too.
you that show that ever?
Oh my god, who sent you that?
Wow.
The same nigga that sent the
Like
fucking call.
you should be using that for a coaster.
I do. I do use that post.
Read over that shit. This nigga show
God.
Taquan on here.
But yeah,
Now, if I show the album like Chingy, I would get the most. Try, what's wrong with you? Why you listen to this? Yeah, but he showed Jaquan. Ain't nobody give him no smoke for that.
oh shit. But yeah, that was Deadly Habits. All right, so then we're gonna get into Nice Girl, Wrong Place featuring Boy Big. Yeah, this is another song that we've heard plenty of times. Again,
Mm,
Guru's at a club, he sees this girl who's a stripper, and she has a lot going for her fucking life and stuff like that. But she does this shit as a hustle in a weird
mm.
way. But like I said, we've seen this song plenty of times before. They definitely did a thing on this track right here. Um, yeah, man, very dope track.
But it's almost like Guru was like like not advocating like the what was it, like a hooker, not a stripper, right? Like a hooker. He was talking about.
Yeah, hooker.
It's
Yeah,
it's almost like he was advocating the hooker and not
Mm,
telling like yo like you don't need to be doing this to make money. Like there's other ways for you to make a living and he was praising her, but he was like telling her like you said you looking right. I see you hooking tonight, but something about you got me pushing up tight. Like you talking to a hooker, bro. This is not like you're like some potential wifey. Like this is a hooker you talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like after you, she has another client after. Like you pushing up on a hooker. You
mm,
know what I'm saying? Like what messages? I don't get the message like he was trying to put out there for the song. Like you're not like steering her away from that line of work. But you know what I'm saying? And you're telling her like she looking good. And I don't really get that for a
mm,
hooker. You know what I'm saying? So um, I like the song. Like it was the track was funky. It had like a '70s type of vibe to it. But just the what I'm saying, like the message in the song. I'm kind of confused on it. Like what was like? Is this was like a point where I was like trying to get on radio, or was this like we're just gonna is this like an album filler track? Because I don't feel like there's a message in the song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I guess with the guy singing, nice girl, wrong place. I get that with the title, but he wasn't really saying that in the song though with his lyrics. That's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't really saying like, "Oh, you're a nice girl, but you're in the wrong place." He's kind of like advocating what she's doing. You feel me? So
mm.
it was a cool song. I like.
mm. Yeah, I'll admit, "Nice Girl, Wrong Place." I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good song, but I just with the, I didn't know if there was supposed to have been like an underlying message to it or what Guru was getting at on this track here, because from what it looked like to me, I thought at first, oh, he was gonna try to save this girl from not doing what she's doing,
Right.
but it's kind of like, wait a minute. Okay, 1 minute is like you were trying to get at her, but then you telling her like she ain't got to do it.
Right.
That's where I got a little confused.
Exactly. So maybe he was just Google being horny. You know, like she might have been like a dime piece hooker, but he
Mm,
got caught up in a moment and he was like he forgot about what he was really out to do. Like, oh, I forgot I'm out to tell her like, yo, like you don't need to be doing this with your life.
mm-hmm.
Instead, he's saying like she looked good and he's trying to push up and to a hooker. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like that's the worst kind of woman you want to push up on.
Mm.
You know, I mean, you might as well be pushing up on a Kardashian. They hookers.
Oh God! What? Whoa! Whoa!
They Hollywood hookers.
I,
We
wow!
know they hookers. Come on now, like we know they hookers.
No, they not.
You know what I mean? When your mom is pushing you to sleep with all these athletes and rappers, that's hooking. You know what I mean? We know they are. They well known hookers. That's all.
No, no, they
Fact.
not. Not. No.
Shit, y'all wilding tonight, boy.
Mm,
But yeah, so this leads us into peace of mind. Oh man, this is probably one of the most aggressive tracks off this album, man. Even with Primo talking about what the fuck is this shit y'all listening to nowadays on the radio? Like,
So
Primo gets to that mood and shit, you know it's gonna be some hard ass shit. Um, love the sample, love the sample that he used. You know, using the Voice to 5 9 boom sample as well too. Dude just spits one verse about how the state of hip hop, how rappers are responsible for the state of hip hop, how it's going downhill and shit. Man, this whole track right here is so fucking sinister, man. Like very dope shit, underground shit to the fullest.
yeah, I love it. You know, like when this track starts off and Primo was mad, like, why are y'all listening to this bullshit on the radio? Get that shit out of here. We want that boom bap, that official knock. And he was pissed, and that's the Primo I want to hear. Cause you know when you got Primo yelling on a track, you know it's gonna be fire. And you know, has like a real dark tone to it, real sinister melody. The beat was fire, the bass line is scratching my preem. And Guru saying our hoods are in danger, kids need guidance. You keep lying, still the young keep dying. And you know, that's just what it is. It's like, you know, I don't feel like we have especially in hip hop, we don't have no guidance right now in
mm-mm,
in in this genre that we created, and we need those old schoolers. We need the Cool Hercs and the Grandmaster Cazes and the Keras ones. We need those, you know, the Daddy O's. We need those godfathers of rap to, you know, guide this young generation. You know what I'm saying? If this genre is going to continue to thrive, so I definitely feel them on that.
Right.
yeah, peace of mind. Wow, that intro at the beginning of it, man. To me, it kind of reminded me of like you hearing somebody's grandpa, someone's dad going off like what's this crap you listening to?
What the fuck?
Yeah, that part that's what it reminded me of, like hearing someone's grandfather or someone's dad or somebody who just be like really don't want to care to listen to what trash you playing or gonna play. But yeah, everything about this song, it was just executed perfectly. That I mean everything from the beat to the bass line and the scratches, it was just like, oh my god, it's just one of those songs where I never get tired of, and I consider this one definitely another one on my favorites that I'll never get tired of.
Oh shit. Okay, I feel you on that definitely. Mm. And then which leads us into Who Got Guns featuring Fat Joe and MOP. Love this track right here, man. Um, again, like the same way Jada Kiss stole the show, I feel like, you know, fucking Fat Joe had the best verse on this track right here, in my opinion. Wait, actually, hold up. Yeah, he definitely had the best verse and shit. You know, MOP always doing their thing. You know, Fame and Billy always doing their thing and shit. Very like I said, just like Peace of Mind, this was a very hard ass instrumental. And around this time too, you know, Fat Joe was becoming big because you know that song "Lean Back" came
Hmm.
2004. You know, I know everyone remembers that track right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Lean back, lean back. Oh my god, like do the rock away.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was in middle school when this song dropped too. Oh my god.
shit, Bob. Very, very
Mm.
dope track.
It's definitely sinister melody, dope bass line. The beat was fire. You know, Fat Joe, like he's accustomed to doing shit with Cream. He's done it in the past, so it was great to hear him on the Gangsta album. And the lines he said, I mean, feds want to knock me just 'cause I'm cocky and arrogant. Fuck, we fire when they watching me. Fire lines from Fat Joe, definitely one of my favorites. Of the golden era. Definitely one of my favorite Latin rappers as well. And he killed the beat, man. Definitely great to hear Guru and Fat Joe on track. So another bang on here.
Yeah, who got guns? Oh my god. This song was just so raw and edgy and grimy all at the same time. It's just like, dang. Like what did they not collab sooner? It would just feel like it's another one of those songs like the one they did with Jadakiss. It's one of those songs that you kind of wish it did get some airplay in some form or another because it's just that so in your face. Like it is pretty much everyone just killed this track right here. It just makes you feel like you're gonna like I guess take back the neighborhood by going out, getting your gun, and getting ready to start shooting somebody for either dissing you or just coming at you the wrong way or disrespecting your set or your hood or whatever. That's what it reminds me of right here. But yeah, ooh, this joint goes hard.
I agree, man. This whole track
Hmm.
right here is just some gutter, some straight up New York shit right here, man. But
Yeah, it's so sinister.
all right, so Capture the Militia Part 3 featuring Big Suge and Freddie Fox. Um, Another very dope track right here. In my opinion, not as strong as Part 1 or even Part 2, but I definitely they did their thing with this one. Nice for the whole Gangstar Foundation to be part of this crap. I'm not crap like in a bad way, but still. Big Sugar is so underrated in my opinion. He does not get the props he deserves. And like, not only is he a dope rapper too, but he's a dope singer too. And a lot of people don't know, but he was the one that came up with the Gangstar name actually too.
Oh,
So yeah, definitely another solid track.
Yeah, this was dope. Real sinister track. The beat was dope. The bass line, Bumpy Knuckles, definitely underrated artist. I love his verse. He said, "I'm the law of the land, the rawness of man that'll show up on stage, puffing contraband, fire joint, Big Chuck did his thing." This is not my favorite one though. I like part two. I think part two was better, but I like this. I like the track though with Bumpy and Big Chuck, and that was fire.
You know, I definitely see what you're saying on that one.
yeah, Capture Militia Part 3. Even though I haven't listened to Part 1 and Part 2, I'll admit this was all right. Even though I don't consider this as a favorite of mine, I pretty much it wasn't a bad track at all. I mean, the beat and everything was cool. It just really wasn't one of those songs that really stood out to me.
And I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. Mm, all right, so next track we got is called "Play to Win." Very dope track right here. Self-explanatory. You know, niggas always trying to win something and stuff
Mm,
like that. So yeah, man, just fucking put your big boy pants on and shit like that. And just play to win and shit. You know what I'm saying? Damn,
mm-hmm.
dope beat primo. Definitely listen to this one too. So very solid track.
It was a cool track. I like the beat. Blue says, something rappers be acting like they rich or something. When they get robbed like a they get robbed like a herb. That's what they get for fronting. So this talking about the code of the streets again, and I thought it was a cool track. Not one of my favorites, but it was dope. Wasn't whack.
I'll admit, Play to Win. It was decent. It's not a favorite of mine. It was alright. It did remind me a little bit of Code of the Streets, even though this song was It was good, but it just again was not one of those songs that really didn't appeal to me like that or grab my interest.
Understandable on that shit. Understandable. Then we got Riot Act. Um, this one was okay. Didn't really cut my like y'all said about Play to Win. Didn't really catch my attention like that either. This track, so it was pretty solid.
Yeah, this was alright. I like the horn loops on here. The bass line was cool. Guru says, "What's up, little fuck? Get your life right, cause there's too much going on in the world and shit ain't quite right." So yeah, I like some deeper lines by Guru. It was an okay track.
Yeah, Riot Act. At first, I kind of felt like the beat, the bass line of it was cool and everything, but overall, the song it was alright. It wasn't whack, so that's saying something right there.
Yeah, I definitely see what y'all saying. Yeah, man. Then we got into like the last skit called Heine, which oh fucking they're pretty much mimicking the clip song grinding just by the way he's singing it.
Right.
Oh, like I love like it's pretty much funny. Like lines like when there was pussy, there was always my hind. 9.5, I'll get you with a dame. Anything less is just a goddamn shame. Check my balls, my shit got blue wrinkles on the face. I mean, it's silly. It's fucking. I think they were just mimicking the clip song grinding and
And
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think the point of this whole track was how rappers would just go on wax and rap about anything and stuff like that. And
right.
they used the grinding joint because back in 02, 03, that track grinding was a very, very, very big song. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
was that beat on cafeteria tables. So
Yeah,
that was
be
very
on the desk or in
oh,
the cafeteria. It was always that, man.
oh my fucking god! I'm just like, okay. I mean, I think that was the reason why I never really liked the song like that because
Yeah, I did not like it. I think it was for that reason because after a while that kind of got on my nerves, and I'm like, and I'm sitting in class and I'm either behind somebody or across from somebody who's doing that. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, well, you cut that out already.
exactly.
Like, it
It
was
was
just
either
getting on
that
my nerves.
it was either
Oh.
that one or the tipsy track. They were always doing that whole cafeteria. And then all the people would be like, everybody in the club get tipsy.
Yeah, but
I
we were
wasn't
in
even
middle school and we didn't know nothing about that. And mm.
yeah, I'm giving Jaquan a lot of love on this episode. Let me stop.
Yeah, too much love on here. Jaquan, I mentioned Thingy. Like, who's next?
Yeah, oh God.
Oh my god.
Mm. Woo.
Yeah, this skit was. It sounded like a freestyle he was doing, and he's talking about getting with a chicken and putting it on butter and all that. Crazy, just a crazy job. Skit. I don't even think it was needed on here. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But you know, he might have been drunk when he did that.
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, this skit was silly and pretty much comical. And I feel like it was just like a place filler for the album. That's just my opinion. Because at first when I was hearing, I'm like, really? They really freestyling about Heine? Like, and for one thing, who, like any black person in the world, who will really say that? Heine. Like,
I've heard
nobody
several
I
black
know.
people say that.
What was it?
I've heard several black people say Heine,
Yeah,
believe it or not.
that's a
I
old
haven't.
thing. That's from
I
back
have not. I have not.
that's from back in the day.
Oh God. Even it sounds weird when I say it. I'm like, uh-uh. Yeah, but to me, this song was just this I guess skit or whatever. It was just flat out silly.
Loki, the word hiney pretty much sounds like you have a bony ass, if you ask me.
Um,
Shit.
Oh God.
uh,
But yeah, that's all y'all have to say about hiney.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Give me 1 second. Let me just. All right. So after hiney, we got same team no games featuring NYGs and H stacks.
yeah,
This was another single off this album. Oh, good track, but probably my least favorite single off this album, in my opinion. But I did respect the track.
I love the beat though. That beat is fire. You know, NYGs. They, I believe that's Primo's group. We still waiting for that album from them. Hasn't dropped yet. Um, I like Guru's lines. He says, "Yo, I'm the Jerry Rice to this. Much too nice, too quick. And just so you know, we never liked you, kid." Fire lines. You know, has that posse feel to it. Definitely a solid track.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, same team, no games. Yeah, it was a pretty solid track. I had no idea that this was a single because when I look on Wikipedia, it only has 3 tracks from this album that were actual singles. But it wasn't a terrible song, but to me, it's just one of those tracks that seem decent, but at the same time, it's kind of forgettable. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a video for this song.
Okay.
Just to let y'all know, in case my camera does go off, I'm trying to find a vinyl right quick. So just to let y'all know.
Okay.
Uh, so then we get into a surprising song that is probably my second favorite track. In This Life featuring Snoop Dogg and Uncle Rio. Now, when I first heard this album and started track listing, I was taken aback because Snoop on a Gangstar album was like,
Mm,
I was kind of interested in hearing that track the most because it's just like,
right.
this is around the time when Snoop was making the, how can I put this? He was being commercially accessible around that time and shit. Let's just say that.
Mhm.
And by far, this is again, my second favorite track off this album. Just talking about how life is too short and
Right.
stuff like you don't know what's going to happen, live life to the fullest and stuff and shit. Very solid track. I mean, Snoop has always worked well with Primo, in my opinion. Always
Mhm.
worked well with Primo. I love the fact that he gave a shout out to Jam Master Jay in that first 2 lines and shit like that.
Right.
Um, yeah, man, very, very, very dope track. I love the line where Guru says, demographics make the street life hell or drastic. In the hood, we see oppressive genocide. Because if it's on, it's on. At least 10 men will ride. And it's just crazy because, just look at what's going on today and shit like that. Niggas
Mm,
can't even chill out in their own porch without, either cops harassing them or drive
Mhm.
by and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's the way I see it.
yeah, it was dope. Weird to hear Snoop on the Gangstar album. The same way it was weird to hear Snoop on the W album with ODB on that Conditioner track. And I think Snoop was collaborating more with the East Coast. After the whole East Coast West Coast feud or whatever. And yeah, like he had Primo on I think it was the Paid the Cost to Be the Boss album, that joint. And I think he dropped some dope lines. It was more of a introspective type of song. He's saying that my mind keeps drifting because I haven't had a spliff in a long time. I'm doing fine. I feel terrific. When do we ever hear Snoop talking about not having a spliff and being fine? So that,
Right.
that's a rarity. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
to hear that from him, I'm like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? It shows that you don't always gotta smoke. Take a break, take a day off.
Right.
I like the track and melodic, real dope beat and bass line. So yeah, this was a dope song.
Mm. Yeah, In This Life, it's another favorite track of mine off here. I really was not expecting Gangstar and Snoop to collab on a track at all. And the fact is one, I think, only a few times you'll ever hear him not talking about getting high or whatever. That's also another shock to my system as well. But overall, it felt like it was another one of those collaborations that was like that was so unexpected that it was a all around perfect fit.
Right.
And yeah, I feel yeah, to me this should have been a single as well because it does have like a little like another hidden message on this track as well.
I definitely see what you're saying. That's true. And I found my vinyl, so I'm good. So yeah, definitely a very dope, solid track, man. Like I don't know who Uncle Rio is. I really don't know who he is, but he.
Yeah, I was about to ask y'all that because I never heard of him.
Mm,
Shoot. Track number 17, the Owners. They have this song listed as a single too, but there was no
Hmm.
video for it, so I don't
yeah,
know
I
if it's like
never saw no feel for this song.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So I guess it wasn't like an official single, I guess, but oh well. But yeah,
Yeah.
self-explanatory. Why Gangstar are like the owners of the game and shit like that. That's the way I see it. Very solid.
Yeah, it was a cool track. I like the horns in it, the beat, bass line was cool.
Yeah, for it to be the title track on here, I'll admit it was pretty good. Just the beat alone, the bass line, it just fit fit so perfectly on here. But at the same time, I'm kind of wished it was like a little bit longer than what it was. Because I mean, even though it was like kind of close to like 3 minutes, I feel like it could have gone on a little longer than that. But overall, it was pretty good.
Facts. Then we get into zoning. Pretty much a sex track if you ask me. You know, I heard that phrase zoning a couple of times and stuff like that over years, but yeah, I don't exactly know where exactly it came from, but yeah, this was pretty much like a sex track. Pretty solid track, you know. Um even with his sex tracks, Guru's lyrical style, his authentic style is still on display here. So, because when other rappers they talk about sex, they either get too perverted or too
Hmm.
sensual shit. Yeah, I'm looking at you, LL.
Oh god.
Especially that the 10 album, man. Oh my fucking
So,
god.
his
Mm.
verse,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that album one day.
one day.
Yeah, one day. One
But
Well,
not
day.
too soon.
we do all the good shit from him.
Let me get through Goat first.
Right. Yeah, zoning was cool. Real melodic track. I like the beat. I like the way Goo was rhyming on here, and he was like going along with the production, and he says, I'm after props. I spaz a lot, and I'm dead in all the bullshit till my casket drops, and just that flow. He stated with that flow for the whole song. I like that. Something a different type of flow we hear from Google. So yeah, it's a dope song.
Right.
Yeah, I'll admit zoning was a it was a pretty good song here, even though I didn't never heard that term before, to be real. But yeah, it was pretty melodic and you know not bad.
Yeah, man. Very melodic track. And the last track on the official album is called Eulogy.
Mhm.
No surprise, Gangstar always dedicate like the last tracks on a couple of albums just to people that they lost and stuff like that. So it's no surprise that they ended off the track with this one. Pretty somber song. Have like people giving rest in pieces to like cats like Big Mello, Poetic from the Gravediggers, Bumpy Nuts. Wait, hold up. No, no, scratch that. His brother Taheem Campbell and stuff like that. Merlin Santana, y'all should know played on Romeo from Steve Harvey's
Yeah.
show.
Devotion.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. Rest in peace. Yeah, rest in peace to everybody that died on this in the song and shit like that. Nina Simone, who had just recently died around that time too. So
Mm.
yeah, I always love it when they do the eulogy tracks. I always love it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So and
It is. Mhm.
yeah, like besides other rappers, I'm just gonna be the first to say when certain rappers do eulogy tracks, it sometimes sounds forced, in my opinion.
Right.
Sometimes it sounds forced and shit like that. But then when Gangstar does it, it's something
Mhm.
different.
This reminded me of when Capone Noriega did a obituary. That was the last song on the War Report 2, and they had like they shout out. At that time Michael Jackson just passed away. They shout out Michael Jackson and Easy E and Left Eye and Tupac and them, and same with this one. You get Guru shouting out Big L and Left Eye and Leah, and
Mhm.
it was a real somber track, real melodic. I like the beat. Who says, remembering their faces and voices on the Rosman situations. I thought that was a dope way to end the album off and, paying respect to the legends in music and just a great song. And then, ironically, Guru became one of them. He's shouting out the legends and then he passed away, eventually too. So it's even
Right.
more like ironic, like, you got Guru shouting out the legends and then he ended up passing away years later. So
Mhm.
it was a great song though, to end the album.
Yeah, I feel that eulogy was a great way to end off the album, and yeah, I feel like it was very very befitting that he decided to pay respects to a lot of people who passed away during of course, the early 2000s, of course, such as what we just mentioned, Merlin Santana, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Nina Simone,
Mhm.
and so many other great people who are part of pretty much the entertainment industry in some form. Yeah, I feel like that was very very good, a very very fine way to end off the album.
I agree with y'all on that. All right, and yeah, this is Gangstar the Owners. So overall, I'm not afraid to say it. This is a very dope album. I would even put next to Moment of Truth, Hard to Earn. Like, it's probably the most consistent album to date, in my opinion. Because I was like very impressed, like with how refined the production was for 2003. Like, it wasn't like a lot of them synthesized beats that a lot of people use, like Swiss beats and stuff like that. Because, like I said before, like I said, a lot of producers around this like early 2000s were trying to either copy like Swiss's formula for people from the South and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is basically from the streets and shit like that. Very good album. Guru, man, gifted, unlimited rhymes universal. Probably gave his most heartfelt performance on this album, in my opinion. Like maybe Hard to Earn was him at his best on the mic, but this is like if you really want the true man Guru that you need to listen to and shit. I mean, and that's the thing about Gangstar that I fucking love to this day. Like, just Guru came up with the soul, Primo came up with the fucking production, and this them together is just they always create magic together, in my opinion. And Jesus Christ, it's just a shame that this was like the last album you heard from them when they were intact and stuff like that. Because shortly after he became focused on Solar and stuff like that, and in 2006, he and I think it was either he announced that Gangstar was officially over and stuff like that. But if you guys want to hear Gangstar at his best, then I'll definitely recommend y'all checking this album out. Very, very dope album. And you can still get it and stuff like that. It's not expensive or anything like that.
Hmm.
And I'm definitely going to talk about one of the best yet next month. So stay tuned on that. 5 out of 5
Great,
on that.
great, great. You give the album five, classic five mics.
Hmm.
Classic, man. My opinion, the best hip hop album of 2003.
I think
Yes,
it was
better than the
a
Black
solid
Album, better
album.
than Get Rich Die Trying, better than all
Right.
those.
I think it was a solid album. You know, a vintage Gangstar. It's I don't. It's not one of my favorites, but it's definitely a solid album. I don't see no bad track on here. There's a lot of underrated tracks on here that of people's favorites. Like we talked about, like Who Got Guns and Play to Win and joints like that. And the production was great from Primo, and Guru had his dropping gems throughout the album, and Right Where You Stand and Skills, Eulogy, um, Sabotage. I like those are my favorites. Same team, no games. Love the album. I definitely would give it I'll give it a 4.2. I don't think it's with Daily Operation and Hard to Earn and Moment of Truth, but definitely a solid Gangstar. Gangstar's whole discography is solid, so they didn't make one bad album. So I would give it a 4.2, but definitely a solid album. And yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'll admit this was my first time ever hearing this album because since this album came out in '03, I really wasn't familiar with Gangstar back then because I was like 10 at the time. But just hearing it today, I'll admit there were a lot of great songs on here. There was not one bad song off this album. Like I said numerous times tonight, there were a lot of tracks that were what I consider hidden gems, such as In This Life and of course Deadly Habits, and of course I know Skills was a single. But yeah, overall this was a very dope album by Gangstar. And it is sad knowing that this was, I guess, the final album we would get to hear from both of them, especially Guru. But if I had to rate this album here, I would give it 5 out of 5.
Yes. Yeah, man. Like, fucking one of the most solid discographies. Like, no shade, not even Outkast discography is this consistent, in my opinion. Like, no
Hmm.
shade.
Yeah, I'll admit, Gangstar was one of those hip hop groups was that they stayed true to their style. They weren't trying to do or duplicate or try to keep up with what was changing at the time. They just stayed real consistent with what they know and what they stuck to, and they did it beautifully.
I agree. Definitely. All right, so I have a few announcements I want to make. I'm not going to be too long because of the whole monthly limit on StreamYard. But so I have some good news for everybody. The official review of HNIC is going to come next month. The long-awaited review of HNIC is going to come next month. I know everyone requested that for like the last 3 years, but it's coming because I'm going to do some Mob Deep reviews later on this week. I know me and Tri said we're gonna do Murder Music next week too, so I can't wait for that one. It'll finally give me time to open the CD and shit. But
Oh yeah.
but I had to try rolling that thing. Yeah, and I know I originally had a beef episode planned for this month with the Marvin Gaye why he left Motown, but since the poll says that the whole Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass has the highest votes, I'm just gonna probably do those beef episodes next month, the Motown month. I feel like that will make perfect sense and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of y'all Marvin Gaye fans, y'all won't want to miss this one. So and also, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else?
What's Wednesday? Wednesday is
Runaway Slave, Showbiz and
yeah,
AG. Yes.
so
Um, yeah, me and Stry going to make that one. Ash, you want to join that one too? I don't know if you know. Oh, yeah, you don't know about Showbiz and AG, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, you can come after. That's fine. Yeah, man.
23rd.
Yeah,
Twenty
man.
Um,
third is it's
yeah, J.
yeah, Mary J.
Oh,
What's the 411?
Yes.
what's the four? Yep, another one we've been talking about for the longest. I cannot wait to
Mhm.
read that one too.
Right.
Do y'all want to talk about the remix album that day too or not?
I mean, it's up to you. We could do it. Are
Okay.
we gonna incorporate the remix album with the original one too?
Yeah,
Like just
I'm gonna incorporate that too.
yeah,
So
yeah. Let's talk about that.
that'll be what's up. Cause yeah, this whole week of reviews is gonna be very dope. I cannot wait to talk about Runaway Slave. What's the 411? I just got the Nine Inch Nails review coming tomorrow morning. I can't wait till that drops and shit. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a little mental break from my thesis at the moment. So
Look,
yeah, man. But I'm good. I'm good. Y'all have anything to say before we close out? Talk about anything?
record store day coming. Yeah. When is
Our
that? Like
record store?
September, October?
Shit, I haven't
I know
got
they
a
cheap.
vinyl since like
In a minute.
yeah. The last
What's
album I got was from Eric. He sent me the Donna Summer joint.
I don't see everything tonight.
Yeah, I don't see Eric here. Shit, I just realized.
Hmm.
Ronnie asked Ashley, "What's your favorite?" I think you asked us this. What's our favorite Tevin Campbell song?
Yeah, yes, it's last week.
Wait, he
Yeah.
did he asked that one already?
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
Oh wow. Oh boy. I got more than one favorite Tevin Campbell song, so I'll just name a few that comes to my head. I'm ready. Can we talk? Um, always in my heart. Back to the world. I like the two songs he did for the Goofy movie, Stand Out and Eye to Eye.
Hmm.
Stand out.
Yep.
What up, Q? Sam asks, "Will you review the industry shakedown by Bumpy Knuckles?"
Um, one day. I'm probably not anytime soon because I got a lot of reviews planned up. But probably later on this year, I got you.
Like,
'Cause I just re-listened to the album myself.
like November, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, in all honesty, man, because like no shade, but I just got hella requests that I have to get back into
Right.
trying to reset this whole Patreon and shit like that. Like, but before the year's over, I'm definitely gonna talk about an industry shakedown.
Hmm.
What's up, Q?
What up? Godson colored vinyl coming out. King said.
Oh, Nas is actually releasing another album besides Illmatic.
Right?
What?
That's
Wow.
something we need to be celebrating too. Like all of the other ones other than Illmatic, we should be celebrating.
Wow.
We
And it's
celebrate.
Godson? Wow.
Yeah. I've been saying this. He needs to celebrate Godson. Godson was a solid album. You know, let's have a party for Godson. Like, did we? You ever reviewed Godson? We should review that.
Yeah, I reviewed that months ago,
Yeah.
but we can talk about it on your channel if you want.
Cool.
'Cause we still got to talk about I Am and Nostradamus too.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, Blackstreet. We answered this. Blackstreet self-titled or another level. You asked us this when we did what's the review? Snoop Dogg review. I said the Black Sheep, the first one I actually like a little bit more than Another Level.
Yeah, I might have to go with Another Level.
Favorite Janet Jackson music video.
Music video. Oh wow. Mm.
Love will never do. Whew.
That was good. Um, there's so many. Miss You Much was good, a good one. Pleasure
Oh yeah.
Principle. Pleasure Principle.
Yeah. Pleasure Principle. That's my favorite.
Yeah, she just dancing with a chair. Like that's some simple shit. Not too many people could do that nowadays.
No.
And make it entertaining.
Yeah.
I love Pleasure Principle, but everyone try to replicate that fucking video. It's not even funny.
Right, right.
Oh yeah.
Tiana Taylor, man, she did that with the Fade video from Kanye.
Uh-huh.
Any Pussycat Doll video, man. Like,
Mhm.
Word. OC. I was thinking about doing an OC review with Marquise, but I don't know. I don't know. I know the anniversary is I think it's on Wednesday, but we and Reg already got shit planned, so I don't know if I'm gonna still do that. But yeah, I love Jewel's over Word Life, but Word Life is a classic album too.
yeah, man. Yeah, Sam, DITC, I got DITC albums coming up and
Yeah,
shit, starting with Runaway Slave, so you don't want to miss
that's
that.
definitely that puts respect on that whole crew.
Yeah, I really can't wait to talk about Fat Joe's first 3 or 4 albums I'll talk
Yeah,
about.
for sure.
I feel like I've got a lot of controversial shit to say about those albums.
That's what we all about here.
Yep,
D'Angelo, Lady or Brown Sugar? Brown Sugar for me.
lady.
Lady.
I love the Lady remix though, but I
Oh
love
yeah.
Brown Sugar is like, you know what I'm saying? I love that.
I heard Brown Sugar last week on the radio.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
heard that was on the news. That was actually the first story on the news over here. Like they got the two guys for Jam Master Jay shooting, you know what I'm saying? So that's a federal case. It took 18 years and hopefully they,
Mhm.
send them away for good. Like don't even give them no parole or nothing.
Yeah. Let justice be served.
Yeah.
Mm. Ronnie said party all the time or in my house. In my house, man.
Oh,
In my
that's
heart.
hard.
Oh yeah. Mary Jane go, yeah, definitely. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I love both of those, but if I had to pick one, I would have to go with In My House as well.
Right. Right.
Mm. Guru did a song with Luther Vandross.
You
What?
did? No, what album is that from?
Wait, when did that happen?
Um, What's your favorite form of physical? Mine is CD, and then it'll be vinyl, and cassettes will be last. Yeah, cause I get my cassette collection. I got rid of a long time ago, so it's only CDs and vinyl for me now.
CDs only because I don't have any cassettes nor vinyls.
I'm gonna probably go with. Damn, that's hard. I'm gonna go with vinyl. But
Yeah,
I know that everyone's on this fucking vinyl train now. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
it's cool.
Shit. Human
Favorite
nature.
R&B song of all time? That's too hard. Q. What?
Wait, what? What was the question?
Favorite R&B song of all time?
Oh God, man,
I can't
Luther
even give it.
I
Vandross, the
can't
house of
answer
Gold.
that. That is so
Johnny
hard.
Mathis, They Will Be Free.
Oh, that's a good one.
Harlem remix in '98. What remix is that? Luther Vandross Harlem remix
What?
Like
'98.
that's wild.
What album was
I did,
'98? That wasn't the Dance with My Father, John?
Nah, that was
no, that
03.
that came out in the early 2000s. Dance with
98.
My Father.
What album was that from '98?
Wait,
Hold on.
wait, who's saying this?
Sam is saying this. Did a remix for me. Favorite guy song.
Mm,
Favorite guy song. Probably Groove Me.
mm.
That joint.
I'm probably gonna go with Let's Chill.
That was
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I
Teddy B.
like I like Let's Stay Together.
favorite gangster song. Favorite gangster song would be Dwick. But I love Take It Personal. I love most of this stuff off of Daily Operation. X Go to the next one. That wasn't on Daily Operation, right? X Go to the next one. I'm forgetting. Yeah, that
You
was
sure?
on the X Go to the next girl. Take It Personal. There's a lot of them, but yeah, Dwick is one of my favorites. I love that collab with Nice and Smooth.
Hmm. I like Moment of Truth, Royalty, um, Code of the Streets.
Fire. Love that album. Hard to Earn is a classic. Love that.
Yeah,
Mm.
I got that album in my room.
I don't. I like Tyrese more as an actor. I don't really care for him for his albums. I
As
mean,
a as an artist.
he can sing, but I don't care. I don't have none of his albums though.
Oh,
Yeah, Tyrese. His first album and a few songs after that. That's me.
Favorite Usher album, My Way.
mm,
Confessions.
dang that's hard. That's so hard. God, 8701 for me.
Yes, another album we have to talk about too.
Yeah.
Sam said the I Know album by Luther in '98.
Mm.
They ask us hard shit like this all the time, yo.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You be acting like, what's our favorite R&B album of all time and all that.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Favorite Nas album, Illmatic.
It don't matter.
Yeah, they're up for it. Janet Jackson, I Get Lonely or Got Till It's Gone. I Got Till It's Gone for me.
I
Same.
got to gone.
Yeah, got till it's gone. Yeah.
Shit.
Favorite Gangstar song ever. I said Dwick. Well, man, most of the stuff that's on. Listen, Dwick was for. Listen, I had a couple years ago. I had a blogger. Some of y'all follow him on Instagram. I had a blogger tell me that Dwick wasn't. It wasn't released in '92. It was actually released as a B side to Take It Personal because I remember buying the cassette single, but it was never
Right.
released in Daily Operation. It was released. It was they put it on Hard to Earn, but it didn't come out in '94. It came out in '92. But
Yep.
some of these kids now they look at Wikipedia all day and swear they know everything, but they wasn't even born when that came out. Dwick
Mm-mm.
was released in '92 as a B side to Take It Personal, but it was never on Daily Operation. They put it on the Hard to Earn. But most of the stuff from Daily Operation is my favorite.
Yeah. I saw the in living color performance of Dwick too.
Yeah. Case Touch Me or Missing You. Missing You.
Missing you.
Love that
Touch me.
song. Favorite
Yeah.
Exhibit album. Um I love Restless. I think Restless was a classic. But I also like the first joint. Forgot the name of
At
that. And I got that shit too. Right? What's the name of that
at
joint?
the speed of life.
Right. Speed of Light, right. I got like his first four and I forgot the damn title of the album.
Yeah, at the speed of life. That's my second favorite. I'm gonna have to go with 40 Days and 40 Nights as my
I
favorite.
want to I want to discuss some Exhibit shit because Exhibit is another underrated artist that nobody talks about, and I want to discuss some of his out like either the first one or Restless. I want to discuss that.
Yeah, anything from the first three, I'm cool with.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
I,
Weapons. I have the weapons of mass destruction, but I haven't listened to that yet. But I have that also.
I didn't care for that album too much.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know. I heard it was bad.
Yeah,
Favorite
after
source.
rest, he kind of fell off.
Yeah, favorite source magazine issue. That's a good one, Sam.
Very good.
Uh, my favorite. I'll give you one. One of my favorites was the Mary J when Mary J Blige was on the cover. It was like the '94 issue where
Yeah.
she had like boots on, and yeah, that one classic cover. Um, favorite Outkast album, AT Aliens. Love that album.
Aquemina.
Favorite Outkast song.
Mm.
That's a hard one.
Dang.
Shit. Favorite
Ugh.
Outkast. Um,
Mm. I'm gonna have to go with possibly 13th Floor from the AT Aliens
that was
album.
love that. Crumbling Herb. I love that. Crumbling Herb. So fresh, so clean.
Yeah, I like that one. So Fresh, So Clean, Miss Jackson,
Yeah,
um, Bombs Over Baghdad.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Favorite Will Smith movie.
Oh,
Uh, Independence Day.
same here, Independence Day.
Favorite TLC album or song. Crazy,
Oh,
crazy cool. Classic album. Favorite TLC song. I would say. Man, that's a hard one, bro. This is how it should be done. That was from the first album, but that was like a Left Eye solo track.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
I could probably
Okay,
get.
my favorite TLC album would have to be Ooh on the TLC tip. My favorite TLC song, which just happens to be the song that I was first introduced to them, but at a very, very, very young age. Creep.
Yeah, it's Creep. I forgot about that. Yeah, Creep.
Yeah, I heard that song the first time when I was 3,
Will
because
Smith.
my dad, yeah, yeah, my
Creep.
dad had it on a mixtape.
That's right.
Yeah,
Jet.
and whenever that song came on, my dad would say, "Ashley, your girls are on there."
Oh man. Miami was cool, but just cruising is I like it more. It's more melodic. You should
Mm,
have put it on the Big Willie style album.
I like Miami.
Yeah, Miami is cool.
Yeah.
What was the worst hip hop album ever? And shit.
Oh,
Anything from Bad Boy in nine was it 99, 98? Double
oh.
Love, PD Forever. You
Facts.
know, there was some shit on Bad Boy. Never again.
Oh God.
New
All right,
Jack
y'all.
City was Sugar Hill. New Jack City.
New Jack City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask this last one. Favorite Wu solo. Ooh,
Cuban Link.
Liquid Swords for me.
Liquid Swords is classic. That's like my second favorite. Cuban Link and Liquid Swords.
All right, I'm about to end it out for the night and shit like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta handle some business, but I appreciate this whole review. It's been so fucking dope.
Catch us Wednesday. Wednesday we doing Showbiz and AG, Runaway Slave. First time ever we talking about digging the crates on here, so
Hmm.
that should be great.
For real, this Wednesday I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Like to review this album right here. Must have in
Check
your
this out.
clutch for all my Gangstar fans. And make sure y'all subscribe on the Instagram at MCReg Music, on Twitter at RealReg1. Make sure y'all also subscribe and hit the Patreon out too. Hope everyone has a very good night and stay safe around this time. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.